Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. I'm going to do it one more time. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. There we go. Good evening. My name is Joe Claire from the Joe Claire Morning Show at WPGC 95.5. Thank you for those who listen, those who aren't clapping. I know you listen to the competition. Come on over to where I am. Get with your boy. I'm from the city. So listen, I have been pushing this event out through social media and through the radio after being asked to do it. The reason I got down is because me personally, growing up here in the DC area, mentors meant everything. Mentorship meant everything for my young development. So for those of you who came out today to volunteer your time, we applaud you for knowing the importance of what these organizations and your input into these organizations actually mean. I am standing up here being very proud of myself because my mentors told me to. When I was a young man who was not getting the grades and not keeping up with my hygiene and let's be real, and a number of things, listening to some wrong influences, my mentor stepped in where my parents couldn't. My parents were saying the same things that my mentors were, but I didn't hear them. I heard my mentors. They resound with me. I still go visit them quite often. They are invited to my family functions, and so they have become a part of my life that is an integral part of me. So for all of you here today, I applaud you. Let me stop and applaud each of you for taking up the challenge, for actually putting your mouth and your money in your mouth and walking like you talk it. Like the Migos say, you are actually out here walking it like you talk it, and I thank you so very much. Right now, I want to introduce this handsome gentleman standing to my right. He is the Chief Service Officer, and what a job, the Chief Service Officer. I never heard of that one. That sounds like he was anointed by Jesus. The Chief Service Officer. Y'all, please put your hands together for Mr. Delano Hunter. Give him some love. Come on.
Thank you, Joe Claire. Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Delano Hunter, and I'm privileged to serve as the director of Serve DC, and that's the mayor's office on volunteerism. And I want to officially welcome you to the 4th annual My Brother's Keeper Volunteer Recruitment Fair. Give yourselves a hand. So I want to say that this is absolutely one of the highlights of our year, to really be a part of such meaningful work in connecting you, prospective volunteers and mentors, with organizations that serve boys and young men of color is near and dear to my heart. But we didn't do this alone. I certainly wanted to acknowledge some of our partners. This is a part of a year-round effort. We work with 5 organizations to expand their capacity throughout the year, and it's only because of the generous support of the Corporation for National and Community Service, and I wanted to acknowledge Mr. Kyle Ismail from CNCS who's in the building. Again, this is a year-round effort, and growing the capacity of 5 individual organizations. We've partnered with the Center for Nonprofit Advancement, and I wanted to give Glenn O'Glive and his staff, Goldie and Charles, I wanted to give them a hand for their commitment. And I also like to thank some of our internal stakeholders, beginning with our commissioner. The commission, actually the chair of Serve DC's commission, Brandon Andrews, he's in attendance, and also our commissioner, Sharice Williams. I want to thank you for your support. And also just a list of other intra-district partners. I know we have some of our fellow cabinet members, Tony Duggar from the Commission of Fathers, Men and Boys, Dr. Roger Mitchell, our chief medical examiner and champion of this work here in DC, and also Lamont Akins in his absence, and our staff from the Mayor's Office of Community Affairs. Last but not least, I want to cede the floor to the mayor, but I definitely want to thank my colleagues at Serve DC. They put a lot of energy and effort into this event, and the whole staff did a tremendous job. But specifically, I wanted to call out Antoine Battle, Denzel Averhart, and the program manager, our engine, Jolena Santos. So this work cannot be done without the support of a mayor that is not just a talker but a doer, one that not just supports this work for boys and young men of color here in the district, but it actually, like Joe Claire said, or like Migo said, she's actually walking the walk. So without further ado, it's just an absolute honor and a privilege to introduce you to our mayor, Muriel Bowser. Give her a hand.
Well, good evening, everybody. I am really delighted to see all of you here today as part of My Brother's Keeper Washington, D.C., and our initiatives to wrap our arms around our young men of color and make sure that every opportunity that we have to succeed in our city, they have too. So let's give Delano and his team a huge round of applause to serve D.C. I want to acknowledge Joe Claire and the Joe Claire Morning Show, because whenever we ask Joe to do something, he's always with us. A few years back, probably 2015, we did a series together called I Wish You Knew, where we actually went and talked to young people. And they told us all of the things that they wished that adults knew about them. And let us always remind ourselves, in an adults, nonprofit world, government world, service world, sometimes we think we have all of the answers and that we're going to give the kids the program that we think they should have. And sometimes that works. But sometimes we have to pause and listen to what they are telling us they need. Now, it seems like yesterday when we were teenagers, right? Doesn't it? For me, it does. I don't know about the rest of you. But one thing I'll tell you is it is hard being young these days. It is different. It's different being a teenager, different coming out of college. The challenges and the opportunities are all a little bit different than the ones that we experience coming in D.C. So let us think together about all the ways we can strengthen our safety nets, make our opportunity structures even more robust, and make sure our young people have all of the things that they need. We know that service is one way to do it, right? Service is one way to know something. Now, you may believe, like I believe, that you get what you put out into the universe. So the more service you do, the more you can expect in return. And so we need to cultivate that spirit of service among everyone. Everyone can serve. Everyone can serve. You can find something in your neighborhood, your school, your church, your government, but everyone can find an organization that they can support and serve. And there are always needs. So this event helps us all think about right now, one spot in time, how we can serve our city. Now, there are different times, and some of you have gotten this call from me. I'll say, hey, Rab, I'm calling, and I have an awesome opportunity for you to serve your city. And I often just tell people, don't think about it too hard, just say yes. Because we all, and Delano knows this, we have a lot of opportunities to serve. So I want to thank you once again for being here. Let's remember and thank our brother who got us focused on My Brother's Keeper, and that was our 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. Let us remember and support D.C. Public Schools and the Ron Brown Preparatory High School. Find out how you can get involved in the Mayor's Commission on Fathers, Men, and Boys, and I see the director is here today. Let's get engaged, whether it's on education, health equity, jobs, or just plain old good DC values, and making sure all of our young people are embraced, supported, and loved. Thank you very much, everybody.